I've always kind of hated this phrase, but this is the first time ever that I can genuinely say such a thing. And I am referring to the internet. AI. I know. Everyone's said it already a trillion times, but like, I saw something today from Sora 2 showing just how far it's come. It's legit at the point where I'd say like a year ago, my parents' generation, and they had me very late in life, so they're in their 60s. No, my dad's 70 now. Um, Maybe a year ago, there was some stuff where they were starting to not be able to tell if it was AI or not, but I could totally tell. It was super obvious to me. Now we're getting to the point where, like, I can't quite tell. I think another year from now, I won't be able to tell. And so then essentially all media, not just internet, but TV, because I'll get into that in a minute. Newspaper, movies, documentaries, books, even at this point, all media can only ever be considered probably fiction. There's just no way to know, which is very concerning for all of science and knowledge and learning. Um, like even TV, for example, I saw over a year ago at this point, my parents are watching Fox News, and Fox News was like claiming that this thing, I'm not going to go into like what it was, but they were claiming that something was very real. And I was like, I don't know about that. So I look online, and within like 10 minutes, I can find with absolute certainty, like, no, that's definitely AI. So over a year ago already, they were telling hundreds of millions of people that something was real when it wasn't. And then there was a bunch of repercussions and backlash, and they got in trouble for it. But like a year from now, you can't trust literally anything. Any media, all of it, including mine, which is deeply troubling to me because video has been such a core piece of my identity. Um, but yeah, it's like I I have struggled with social media addiction for pretty much the entirety of its existence. And very suddenly, after seeing that AI video from Sora 2, which is basically, for those who don't know, it's like a video version of ChatGPT. ChatGPT makes text, Sora makes video. Uh, it's so convincing that just like instantly I'm like, addiction gone. Can't trust literally anything you see on it. Why bother? Not entirely gone because it's still very entertaining. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna make a bold prediction. No idea if this is true or not, but let's say I think it's entirely possible that by the end of this decade, the internet will be dead. Completely empty, no one using it. Some people will still use it, but like pretty much shut down, gone. We will simply have to return to reality, which is, I think, in the long run, probably for the better, but will be massively disruptive in the meantime. And I desperately hope that this is true, although some part of me is skeptical of it. But I simply cannot see it going any other way. If you can't trust literally anything you see, why bother looking? Oh, nearly 3 years ago at this point, I was going to say over 2 years, but nearly 3 years ago at this point, I had decided to temporarily quit video games. And that was a massive, like, almost a bit of an ego death, like an identity shift. Like, who even am I anymore? Is this really it? Am I never gonna play them again? Um, that was like a difficult thing for me to accept that shift. And so if I have to, I don't think I ever have. Well, I don't know. If I have to give up video, that's gonna be really hard. I will continue making videos for as long as I can, for as long as these websites exist, because it's what I love to do, regardless of what anyone may think. Like, I don't make these for any particular audience, sometimes, but most of the time this is just a public journal. I just make whatever I want to make, I say whatever I want to say, and have that documentation to be able to look back on, and maybe someday kids could look back on, or great grandkids, or great 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 whatever. That would be cool. But I don't know. I don't know. AI is I really don't know what else I could possibly say about it other than if you can't trust anything you see, why bother looking? It's going to be massively, massively, massively disruptive. And I know this is not saying anything new. People have been saying this, but like it's just hitting me now. I'm just now starting to understand the implications, I guess. That being said, the title of this video: don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. This is the first time ever where I can say, you know what? All of my time on the internet, all of the shit that I've seen, all the fun that I've had, I think I can say it was worth it. Absolutely, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Absolutely, it had negative effects on my focus, my relative lack of socialization. Like, my whole generation has relatively less socialization than previous generations because we're here instead of out there. Um, I don't know. When I think about who I am because of all of the concepts I've been exposed to because of the internet, when I think about, yeah, it's definitely had its downsides. I find it to be no coincidence that the rates of depression and anxiety and everything else are directly correlated with the prevalence of smartphones. Like the fact that we are in the greatest mental health crisis of all time. We have the most depression, the most anxiety, the most suicides. That's a problem. That's a problem. And that's why I'm like not sad that it's over. I have been like grappling with my social media addiction. I've gone no phone. I've gone, wait, is my battery about to die? We got a couple minutes to wrap this up. I've gone phoneless. I've gone back to flip phones. I've done it all, and I'm at the point where like I am so ready to be done with the internet. It was a beautiful, wonderful thing while it happened. I will cherish so many fucking memories about it. But I'm ready for it to be over. And it's going to be a terribly disruptive. I have a charger right here I can plug in. It's going to be It's going to be not easy. Not easy at all. Sorry, one moment. Here I am being an addict. Trying to buy myself a few minutes of time to say goodbye to my drug of choice. Say goodbye to the internet. Yeah, I'm serious about this. I simply cannot see any other way that this could go. I think by the end of the decade, the internet's done. It's dead. It's got to be. There's just, how can we live in a world in which we can't trust anything? We can't. Trust is, you have to be able to trust. Unless if you just dramatically emphasize discernment and critical thinking, which we need that anyways. But then, like, why bother looking where you can't trust anything? I don't know. 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 Question everything.